All right, so this will be a introduction before we go into our series of developing a 3-day per week resistance training program for multiple cycles. Quick overview on this blank copy. There is the nutrition calculator and various other sheets. I will just touch base on this quick so you can customize this to help athletes out to a male or a female. All the information that ever comes from our stuff, for the most part, will come from our reference pages. So the formulas that are used for the nutrition are right over here. And the resource I got this from was Dr. Susan Kleiner, Power Eating. Those are the formulas that it's based off of. So anywhere that there's a tan area here, you can change this stuff, except for the calories. This is where all the formulas are based off. So enter my pounds. That's really low, 135. So if I'm a 150-pound female, we'll keep it at 20. Height, we'll keep it 3 to 4 days per week, and we're just gonna go with trying to maintain. You can see how all the stuff changes. Obviously, this is very it's a ballpark estimate. It's not an exact science, but it does help at least give some sort of starting point for any of your athletes. Works the same way for males. Roster, this is where you type in your athletes' names, emails, phones, whatever you want. You can switch these out to whatever you prefer. If you have a testing week, so you test on whatever lift you want to put in there, you just input those numbers. You only have to do that once, input the numbers, because on my max sheet, this is where all the lift information for my workouts is going to get pulled from. Once I type the numbers on the roster page, the max sheet will automatically pull them in, and it'll give an estimation on the various lifts for those movement categories. Again, it's ballpark. Some athletes may find those loads to be too heavy or too light, depending on if they've actually practiced those movements before, if it's a complete a new one for them. We have an annual plan here. I just left it from one of the years I did with Muskegon here, so you can get an idea on how it works. All you gotta do is just delete the information and refill in colors or select different color schemes, however you want them to be. These are all drop-down lists. All you do is unmerge and remerge them to fit however your season goes, whenever at start periods, especially if you're in a high school or a collegiate environment. Training method works the same way. These are all drop-down boxes. So if you want to add more, I just go to my reference page over here, and I just type them in below, and they will be added on to the annual plan over here. You can keep track of how many weekly sessions, if that matters to you, compared to your actual ones. So if we had 5 planned workouts throughout the week and we got 5, we'll put 5. If we had 5 planned ones, we only get 3, we'll go to 3, and then it'll adjust. And at the end of the year, we can compare to how many did we actually have compared to how many did we plan or prepare for. Microcycles, you can select work capacity, hypertrophy, strength, power, speed, deload. You can also switch those to be whatever you want them to be. Intensity, the charts are up here. Zones of intensity and our peaking scales. Zones of intensity, 1 will be the lowest, 5 will be the highest. Peaking is going to be the opposite. 1 is we're not even in competitive phase yet, and 5 will be we're trying to go for the playoffs, or we're playing a very competitive team. And you can see the graph will automatically fill that as I go. So if I put in, just so you get an idea here, you can play around with this too, but 5, 4, 3, and I'll go with that. 1 rep max calculator, type in the weight, how many reps was done, it'll give you an estimated 1 rep max. Then we got our 4-day blank template and our 3-day template. This whole series is just going to go over programming for a 3-day per week training program. And then we have our list of exercises. Here's where, when we're making my workout cards, it's going to pull all the exercises and the videos from all this on this page right here. You can make your own categories, but these are the ones I primarily use. The categories are made up of the movements up here. So each separate table makes up a movement category. If you make your own, you're going to have to add it down here. I have a YouTube video, I think it's on customizing your training template, that goes a little bit more in depth on how to actually do that. If you have your own YouTube page or your own workout videos you'd rather use, simply just copy the URL for the YouTube channel and post it for the exercise. So when you click on, or when your athletes click on the exercise on a workout card, it'll pull up the video for that. It looks like a mess, but it's actually pretty easy and pretty simple and pretty straightforward. Alright, so we got the gist of it. The next video I will go over, we'll go into preparing to make our actual workout cards.